Have you ever noticed that the person who always saves the day is suspiciously close to where the disaster started? Here is a brutal truth about human behavior. Manipulators do not wait for a crisis so they can help you. They create the crisis, push you to the edge of panic, and then step in as the hero. Why? Because true power over someone does not come from intimidating them. It comes from making them depend on you. You think you have a loyal friend, a protective partner, or a boss who goes the extra mile, but the reality is much darker. You are just a prop in their movie. They are lighting a fire in your life just to hand you a bucket of water, expecting you to worship them for it. Today, we are breaking down the hero cycle, a dark psychology tactic used by narcissists, toxic co-workers, and emotional abusers. I'm going to show you the 4 exact stages of this manipulation, the psychological tricks behind it, and the exact words you must use to strip away their power and protect yourself. Let's get to work. Let's break down Stage 1, the Invisible Arson. Every hero needs a villain, but since these manipulators do not have a real villain to fight, they have to manufacture a crisis behind your back. This is the Invisible Arson. So why exactly do they do this? Let's look at the psychological mechanics. It is about control and leverage. A person who is comfortable and secure does not need saving. Therefore, the manipulator must destabilize you. By secretly causing a problem, they knock you off balance. When you are confused, stressed, or doubting yourself, your defenses drop. You become highly vulnerable to whoever offers a solution. Let's look at a few real-world examples. Imagine a workplace saboteur. Your coworker or manager purposely forgets to CC you on a critical email. When the deadline arrives, you are completely unprepared and looking like a fool in front of the team. Or think about a toxic partner. They secretly hide your car keys right before you have an important job interview. Or they feed you a fake rumor, telling you your best friend was talking trash about you behind your back, instantly creating social drama and making you feel alone. So what is the exact defense strategy here? The best defense against invisible arson is extreme accountability and strict boundaries. Do not leave room for accidents. Here is the exact word-for-word script you need to use at the workplace. Say this: I noticed I wasn't included on that email chain. Going forward, I will send a weekly recap of my tasks to you every Friday so we have a permanent paper trail of our communication. And if it is a relationship, here is the exact script you need. I will look into what my friend supposedly said myself. I prefer to hear things directly from the source rather than through a middleman. This brings us to Stage 2, the calculated panic. Once the fire is started, a tiny flame is not enough. The manipulator needs a roaring blaze. They need you to panic. The psychological mechanics here are simple. Fear shuts down the logical part of your brain. When you are panicked, the amygdala, the brain's alarm system, takes over. You stop thinking clearly. You stop looking for evidence. You just look for an escape route. The manipulator amplifies the problem so that your anxiety spikes. They want you desperate, because desperate people accept help from anyone, no questions asked. Here is how this looks in the real world. Back to the workplace saboteur. After making you miss that deadline, your coworker pulls you aside and whispers, The boss is furious. I heard him talking about firing someone. You need to fix this right now or you are done. They take a minor mistake and turn it into a career-ending threat. Now look at the toxic partner. After hiding your keys, they look at you with wide, stressed eyes. You are going to blow this interview. You're always so disorganized. What is wrong with you? If you lose this opportunity, we won't be able to pay rent. Your defense strategy is to become a brick wall. When they try to hype up the panic, neutralize the emotion. Ground yourself in cold, hard facts. If you do not react, their tactic fails. Use this word-for-word script at the workplace. Let's stick to the facts instead of guessing what the boss thinks. I'm going to speak with him directly to clear this up. And use this script in the relationship. Panicking is not going to help me find my keys or pass this interview. I need you to lower your voice and give me space to handle this, or please step out of the room. Next, we enter stage 3, the savior intervention. This is the moment the manipulator has been waiting for. You are stressed, isolated, and panicked. Right on cue, they step in wearing the cape. The psychological mechanics in this stage are terrifying. This is where the trauma bond is formed. Your brain is swimming in stress hormones like cortisol. When the manipulator steps in and solves the problem, your brain gets a massive flood of dopamine and oxytocin, the chemicals of relief and bonding. Even though they caused the stress, your brain only registers them as the person who took the stress away. You end up feeling deeply grateful to your abuser. Let's look at the real-world examples. First, the workplace saboteur. The same coworker who threw you under the bus suddenly volunteers to stay late. "Don't worry," they say in front of the boss. "I'll help them finish the report. I've got your back." They look like a saint to the boss, and you feel indebted to them. Second, the toxic partner. After watching you panic over the lost keys, they suddenly reach into the couch cushions. "Oh, look, I found them. You really need to be more careful, but luckily I was here to help." They instantly become your savior. Your defense strategy here is crucial. You must reject the rescue. Do not let them swoop in and claim credit for fixing a problem. You must take the hit, fix it yourself, and deny them the dopamine rush of playing God. Here is your script for the workplace. "I appreciate the offer to help, but this is my responsibility. I will stay late and fix this myself so I can learn from the error. You can head home." And your script for the relationship: "I've got this under control. I don't need you to manage my schedule or my items. I will handle it." Finally, we reach stage 4, the debt collection. The manipulator's help is never free. It is a loan with a staggering interest rate. Once they have played the hero, they will hold it over your head to get whatever they want. The psychological mechanics behind this rely on a deep urge for reciprocity. If someone does us a favor, we feel obligated to pay them back. Manipulators weaponize this. They use guilt and the illusion of loyalty to force your compliance. If you say no to them, they will paint you as ungrateful, selfish, and cold. They now have total psychological dominance. Let's look at the final real-world examples. The workplace saboteur. A week later, this coworker dumps their own boring, difficult work on your desk. When you hesitate, they say, "Come on, after I saved your job last week, I thought we were a team." You are guilt-tripped into doing their job. The toxic partner. When they treat you terribly or disrespect your boundaries, and you try to stand up for yourself, they snap back, "How can you be so ungrateful? After everything I do for you, I'm the only one who looks out for you." Your defense strategy is simple but brutal. You must separate the past event from the present demand. Acknowledge their past action, but brutally reject the invisible contract. Do not let them use guilt as a weapon. Here is the exact script for the workplace. "I appreciated your help with that report last week. However, my schedule is completely full right now, so I cannot take on your project." And the exact script for the relationship. "Helping me out last week does not give you a free pass to disrespect me today. Those are two totally different things, and I will not let you use guilt to change the subject." The hero cycle is a trap designed to make you weak, dependent, and easily controlled. Manipulators will burn down your house just to sell you a fire extinguisher. But now you see the game, you know the stages, the invisible arson, the calculated panic, the savior intervention, and the debt collection. When you know the mechanics, you become immune to the manipulation. You stop giving them power, and you start taking yours back. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. If you want to completely bulletproof your mind against dark psychology, emotional manipulation, and everyday power plays, you need a system. That is why I created the Sovereign Mind, a tactical system for authority, detachment, and control. This is not a self-help book. It is a street-smart survival system for navigating human nature. It will teach you how to read people instantly, detach from toxic emotions, and command total authority in any room you walk into. It gives you the exact psychological armor you need so that no one can ever play the hero or the villain in your life again. Click the link in the description below to get your copy of The Sovereign Mind right now. Take control, stay sharp, and never let them see you sweat.